Hi everyone, welcome to Play Hooky with me. My name is Roz. I hope everyone's doing great today. Last week I was sharing a petite hexagon that I worked on, and I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to see how this would do with a more three-dimensional flower center. And I found that as long as I stuck with a 6-petal pattern, it worked out great. So I wanted to share that with you today. If you want to skip right to the pattern and tutorial right now, just go ahead and do that. I have timestamps in the description box below, but I do want to explain a little bit about the different sizes here. So either way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, great. So I just wanted to explain a little bit about these, since you can see clearly that they are different sizes. They were all made with the same yarn and yarn size. These were done with StyleCraft Special DK. That is a UK brand. However, you can get it here in the US as well. If you can't get your hands on a StyleCraft, a sport weight works in the very same way, and it's using the same hook size. The hook size for this smaller one and this one as well, I used a 3.75 millimeter. For this larger one, I used a 4 millimeter. Because it was working up larger, I decided to do a bigger petal. The original one was made with a 3 triple crochet cluster stitch. That's a bit of a tongue twister. This one is a 5 triple crochet cluster stitch. I am using US terms, by the way, but I will put the UK equivalent in the description box below. For the leaves here, I did a triple crochet. For this one, it was double crochet. The center for this was a single crochet. The larger one, I used a half double crochet. The pattern I'm going to work on today is this one, but I do think I'm going to use the half double crochet center for this as well, because I like it and it was easier to work with. Otherwise, everything else is the same. The count of the final round of the hexagon is the same in all 3 of these. Okay, so I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and get started with the pattern. For round 1, we're going to start with a slip ring or a magic ring. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then by all means start with a chain 4 with a slip stitch to connect it. I like to do this because it gives me a little bit more freedom with how I can have the center. I can pull it tight to make a very tight center, or leave it a little loose for an opening. Once you get to that point, either way, chain 1. This is going to serve as our first half double crochet, or in UK terms that would be a half treble. Go ahead and do 11 now. Yarn over to pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. That is your half double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, excuse my belly, I'm hungry, 11. There should be 12 now with that first chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, okay. So now we're going to close it shut. And we're going to slip stitch into the first chain we see. There we go. And round 1 is completed. I'm going to just clip that off and tie through here, and we'll get started on round 2. Okay, so we have our center ready, and I just wanted to give you a quick tip. If you like to darn as you go, darn in your tails, I would recommend that you leave your slip ring tail till the end. I learned the hard way when I worked on this one that even with darning in the tail very snugly, doing the petals, it was stretching it back open. So I would say just leave that tail there, and then at the end you can close it back up to the size that you want. Otherwise, make sure that you have 12 chains because you're going to be utilizing all of them for this. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the first petal. These are called triple crochet clusters, or double treble crochet clusters in UK terminology. I'm going to start with any chain that I want. You do the same. Fasten on in the way that you like best. I'm just doing a very loose slip stitch join, and I will darn in the tail later. For your very first stitch, do a single crochet. Oops, I didn't get through both. Hold on. There we go. And then chain 2. This is the first side of your petal. Okay, like I was saying earlier, this is done with a 3 triple crochet cluster. The bigger one is done with a 5 triple crochet cluster. Now our goal with the 3 is to have 4 loops on your hook. That's when you know that you've done all 3. For this larger one, you want to have 6 loops on your hook. Now this can be a little finicky, but it makes a really nice finish to your petal tip on the edge here. Okay, so we've worked our chain 3, our single crochet, chain 2 for your first side. You're going to now move to your next chain stitch and begin your cluster. We're going to do a triple crochet cluster, so you're going to yarn over twice, going into the next chain. We're going to behave as if we're doing a triple, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Normally you would do this one more time for a triple, but we're not. We're going to leave that loop on the hook and continue. Yarn over twice, go back into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. We now have 3 loops on our hook. We want to get it to 4. Yarn over twice, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. We have 4 loops on our hook, so we know that we're finished. Yarn over, pull through all of the loops, chain 3. The chain 3 is the other side of your petal, but you're not going to put it into that same stitch. You're going to move to the next chain and do a single crochet to secure it. There you go. That is your first petal completed. Chain 2. And now we're going to repeat that whole thing again. Yarn over twice, move into the next chain, pull through, yarn over 2, yarn over 2, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over twice, go through in the same place, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, 3 loops, yarn over twice in the same place, yarn over 2, yarn over 2. We have our 4, we're ready to secure. Yarn over, pull through all, whoops, there we go. Pull through all of them and chain 3. Go to the next stitch space, do a single crochet to secure it. Chain 2. Oops, let's see that one more time. Chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to get ready to go into that next space again and repeat the pattern. Okay, so we've reached the end of our petals. We have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I just need to do my last chain 3. 1, 2, 3. To finish, I want to slip stitch into where I started that same chain from the very beginning. Try to do this as snugly as possible. And there we go. We have our flower, and I'll go ahead and snip that and secure it, and we'll move on to the next round. Great, so now we're ready for round 3, and this is our leaf hexagon, the start of our hexagon, and we're going to make it look like a leaf. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be working in between the spaces between each petal. Here where we were joining them with our sides, you're going to work right over that single crochet. Now your petal should camouflage that sort of spike stitch that happens. If you find that it's not, go ahead and just add an extra triple crochet cluster into your petal or triple crochet, and you should be completely fine. So I'm just going to find a space, slip stitch your yarn into that space. Make sure I've got it. Whoops. There we go. And we're going to do our corners between each petal, and the corners consist of double crochets for this. If you want to do a larger corner or a larger leaf, do triple crochets. I'm doing double crochets for this one. A double crochet would be a treble crochet in UK terms. To start, for the first one, I'm going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 2 double crochets for the first corner or side of the corner. 1, 2, chain 2. Now you're going to do the other side of your corner. Stay in that same space. One, 2, 3. Okay, that is your first leaf or first hexagon corner. And we're going to move to the next space between the petals. I don't do a chain in between, I go straight into it because I want it to be fairly tight to help push these petals back in place. So I find that spot, excuse me. First double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Now we're doing the other side. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're going to continue on all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I have finished all of my sides to my leaf hexagon, and I am going to slip stitch into the very beginning one in the first chain that I see. There we go. And then I'll fasten off and we'll start the final round here. But I just wanted to show you that you can't even really see the spikes in between. It really pushes the petals up when you do this round. And you can fiddle around with it to make your hexagon a beautiful shape. And that'll fill out more and be more defined with your final round. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with that. So we're nearing the finish line with this. We're doing our final round of our hexagon. We're going to start in one of our corners. I always like to start with a corner. It helps me keep track of where I am. I'm going to pull my yarn through, and I'm going to tie it this time just for variety. Using this mocha color again, I'm really fond of it. Okay, so we're going to do a double crochet corner again, which is a treble crochet in UK terms. We're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets for our corners. Not the same as this. We did 3 double crochets for our corners. We're going to switch it up a bit for our final round. Then we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster for the side and repeat that all the way around. So I'm going to start with a chain 3 for my first double crochet, yarn over. Now we're doing a regular double crochet. There we have our 2, chain 2, double crochet, double crochet. That is our first corner. Now we're going to go back to the 3 double crochet cluster, granny cluster, however you like to call it, and it's going to go right behind this petal here in this little space. I don't do any chain spaces in between because I like my hexagons or granny squares, whatever I'm doing, I like them to be a little bit more dense. But if you feel like you want to be a little bit more lacy with it, go ahead and add a chain or 2 between. Two, 3. Okay, now we're back to our corner. Two double crochets, 1, 2. Can you hear the hello? That's our parrot next door. It's not our parrot, but our neighbor's. He likes to say hello a lot. Chain 2. Of course he's stopped now that I said that. Okay, we're back to a side. 3 double crochets right behind that petal. 1, 2, 3. Back to a corner. 1, 2. Remember, we're just doing 2 double crochets for the corners with a chain 2 space in between. And you're going to continue all the way around. So now we'll go back to in this space here, we'll do 3 double crochets, corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and repeat all the way around, and we'll see you at the end. Okay, so we've reached the end of our final round. All I need to do now is slip stitch into the first chain that I see. Here we go. I'm going to clip it and tighten, and she is done. She came out slightly bigger than my first petite one, and that is because of the center is larger. If you did a small single crochet center like this one, it would look more like that. But I wanted to make sure and do the half double crochet so it was easier to view on camera. Now, if you're interested in how to join these hexagons, go ahead and I'll link to a tutorial that I did last week. Go ahead and visit that. It shows how you can do a join as you go with this hexagon pattern. But I hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day. Happy hooking, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.